Okay, for audio listeners of this podcast, I right now am holding a twice light stick in my right hand and pretending that it is a microphone, when indeed it is not a microphone and my real microphone is 1 foot away. Why am I doing this? Because we like a little improv. We like improving here. Have I ever done improv? No. But anyway, in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about The Sims 3, and you might be thinking you just talked about Pokemon and Animal Crossing in your last episode. Why are you doing this? We don't want to hear about any more video games. And I'm talking about The Sims 3 because, number one, I'm in my Sims 3 hyperfixation era, and I love The Sims 3. And I need to tell everyone why The Sims 4 sucks, because I feel like The Sims 4 propaganda is making everyone think The Sims 3 sucks. And I'm like, bro, back in my day, it was common knowledge that The Sims 3 was better than The Sims 4. And I fear now today's children are just playing The Sims 4 because it's free, okay? And guess what? It's not better. It's not better. It's worse. And I'm going to explain why later in this video. But we're going to be talking about The Sims 3 first, because that's what matters. That's what's better and all of that. So I started playing The Sims 3 in 4th grade, electric chair, because I should not have been playing The Sims 3 in 4th grade. I should have still been playing Minecraft and only Minecraft at that point. But guess what? I was watching Life Simmer and I was influenced, okay? Now, when I bought The Sims 3, for a while, I would say for multiple years, I only had the base game, which both Sims 3 and Sims 4 base game are ass because there's nothing to do. Throwback to when The Sims 4 didn't even have toddlers, because I was there for that. Okay, I was there for that. Never forget. But yeah, so I played The Sims 3 and I had only a couple expansion packs because they came in a bundle together. And that was Late Night I had, World Adventures, and the High and Loft Furniture Stuff Pack. Late Night is basically like clubbing, vampires, you're in a city and you can be a celebrity. I don't know why that's British to me. It's actually like a replica of New York, low-key, but anyway. World Adventures is a flop expansion pack, let me tell you that. It basically, the idea behind the expansion pack, they want you to be like I almost said Tom Cruise. They want you to be like, who's that one guy? Indiana Jones. Just imagine Indiana Jones. That is what the expansion pack is totally based off of. However, most people who play The Sims 3 just use it as like a way for their Sims to vacation to either China, France, or Egypt, because those are the only places you can go to. Wow. Which is fine. It's fun to send your Sims on a little vacation to those places, but that's not the point of the expansion pack. Let me just tell you that. They totally wanted people to be explorers with their Sims, and that just didn't happen, okay? Now, I, at this point in time, own all of the expansions, except, yes, there's an exception, except Into the Future. Why don't I own Into the Future? Because I have no desire to send my Sims into the future. That is literally what the expansion pack is. You can travel into the future, okay? Yes, there's cool little robots, but again, I've actually zero desire to do that. So no. But first off, I'm just going to be telling y'all my favorite expansions, and then we're going to delve into why those are my favorite, because they're basically the expansions I'm about to list to you are the ones that are pivotal to my gameplay. Okay? First, we have The Sims 3 Generations, which adds prom and pranks for children to do, and it adds all these cute play sets, and it just actually makes The Sims when they're teens and children playable, because before they were boring and you'd want to age them up immediately. Then we have The Sims 3 Pets, which again I need cats. Okay, if you don't have any cat in my game, what the frick? You know what I'm saying? Then we have The Sims 3 Seasons. This one is self-explanatory because why would I want to play only in summer? Like, that's so boring. I need seasons. Seasons, why would you make the base game without any seasons? That doesn't make sense to me. I remember literally in 4th grade playing, and I would be like, where's the seasons? Like, because I would watch, like, YouTubers play, and I would see them, and it'd be, like, snowing in the game. And I'm like, how come my game it doesn't snow? Like, why is there no snow? Why is there no fall? Why am I only in summer? And that's because, guess what? You have to pay for that. You have to pay for seasons. And then lastly, I like, shoot, what's the other one? No, why am I forgetting the other one? That's my favorite. No. It'll come back to me. Maybe that was it. Listen, we're gonna give, just because I'm forgetting, like, the other pivotal one, we're gonna give a little special shout out to Island Paradise, which could make it to my top, expansion packs. However, it is so glitchy. It is unplayable. I was going to get into that later, but I guess I'll just explain it now. Island Paradise is like they wanted you to be able to basically live in Hawaii, and you could, like, scuba dive and have a houseboat, and yeah, just live on the islands, explore islands. You could be a mermaid. It was actually really cool, but because they added so much in one world, aka Hawaii, it just was unplayable unless you had, like, the most top tier, like, PC, which even on, like, the best PCs, the game was so glitchy because it wasn't, I don't think they fully finished it before releasing it, so it was just a flop. Anyway, I'm gonna continue. So I am someone who plays The Sims the exact same way every single time, and I have no regrets about this. So I always do a family game. Okay, I always have a family, right? There's always going to be at least 2 children, probably at least 3 children. And one of those children will always be adopted because I like to do, I like to switch it up. Like, we like to adopt, okay? Hashtag adopt. Either the mom, in every single game I've ever played, either the mom or dad is, like, Gordon Ramsay, meaning that I make them the chef of the household and they have, like, a chef career and all of that. In my current game right now, the mom is a chef and she's also a pro gardener. So, fun fact, there you go. Now, the dad in my current game, he's just the vampire, so he, like, I didn't really have anything to do with him because we actually, like, married him later into my Let's Play. So, like, I didn't make him. I didn't create him. He was from the town of Sunset Valley, okay? So, he was made by The Sims 3. All I did was make him over, and, yeah, he already was, like, a businessman. So, he was rich, so I made my sim marry him. Like, what? There's really nothing more I can say. But yeah, he already reached the top of his career path, and now he's a governor. So he changed careers because I was bored. Like, once they reach the top of their career, there's nothing else to do, so I just had him change and pivot. Anyway. But I always have one of the children be, like, a painter. Now, I actually, shockingly, in this game, do not have any children painting, okay? Because usually I'll have them start as children and I'll have them only paint. Like, they will not be doing homework. They will be painting, okay? I have not done that in this Let's Play because I'm planning to have one of the kids in this game be a painter. So, we have plans. I usually have one child become, like, a musician. So in this actually Let's Play, 2 of the children are musicians. We have the one who plays, like, the drums and the guitar, and the other one, I'm gonna have her sing, play the piano, bass, guitar, all of that. fun. I usually have one kid be athletic too, because I like representation for, athletes, because I am not athletic in real life, so I like don't tend to make my Sims athletic, so I always make sure to put one in there for representation. So the one Sim is doing that. I was actually gonna have her be like a swim athlete kind of vibe, but unfortunately, because The Sims 3 is so glitchy, you can't interact with the ocean. Like, I can't even touch the ocean. And this is a new thing. I just want to say, this is a new glitch. Because when I used, like, 2 years ago, I could touch the ocean and have them scuba dive. You can't do that now, Mo. Okay, because it's so glitchy. So yeah, that's basically what I do in every game. I'm trying to force myself to have them do different careers. So I'm planning on having, like, my next Let's Play, like, one of them be, like, a criminal or, like, freaking a scientist or all of that. But yeah, I usually do the same careers, which involve school teacher, chef, musician, or possibly police officer, but like, I can't remember the last time I played with a police officer, if I'm being so serious. Speaking of other careers, there is an expansion pack called Ambitions, which is a flop because, okay, I recorded this podcast earlier, but I realized I was rambling, and it all started when I was talking about ambitions. So I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, as Sabrina Carpenter said. Okay, and I'm gonna try to explain this in the easiest way to comprehend. When you have a career for your sim in The Sims 3, you just send them to work. Like, they go into their building. You cannot look inside of the building they work in. They just go to work for the day, and that's it. Okay? Which kind of, if you have like a stay-at-home mom, then I will just play with the stay-at-home mom and baby while the dad works or something. But if you have two Sims working, then it's like, well, I just skip through the day, right? So it's kind of boring because you're not doing anything during the day while they work. So the game, people of EA were like, let's do an expansion pack called Ambitions, which adds more careers, but you can go to work with them. Meaning you can go in the building where they work and you actually have to like do the work tasks with them. So like if they're a firefighter, you have to have them go to homes with fires and you have to put out the fires with them. And you would think that's more fun, but it's actually the complete opposite, and it's like way more work and it makes you exhausted. Like they're exhausted from working and you are now exhausted from working. Okay? So it's just a flop. So Ambition sucks. They did add firefighters, but it's so much work. Stylists, they added so much. But hashtag, no, I'm not doing all that, okay? So yeah, I just wanted to explain all that. No. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. There's all these also hidden careers that I want to do. But like sometimes you have to plan out how you're going to make them do this hidden career. Because, like, you need certain, like, traits or, like, social media skills. It's it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But, yeah. Now, I am gonna briefly talk about The Sims 4. Because again, we have to mention it. Because allegedly, there's not gonna be a Sims 5. Oh my god, my cats are going crazy. All this time, for years after I knew I was never gonna like The Sims 4, I was waiting for a Sims 5. But apparently now, The Sims 5 is like not going to be a Sims 5. It's actually just a complete new game, which could be cool, could not be. Why do I hate The Sims 4? So, first off, it gave me a bad first impression in every single way possible. So, back when it came out, was it 2014? Was it 2013? It was one of, it was near there. Okay, I bought the game for like $70. Okay, so I'm already bitter about that because I bought it for $70 and now you could have got it for free. Okay, so it went from $70 to free. And there's a reason why they did it, which I will explain soon. Okay, so I bought the game for $70 only to realize, number one, the whole art style of The Sims 4 is less realistic than The Sims 3. So it is totally better graphics, but I just don't like how the characters look more video game-ish and less realistic. Again, this is a personal preference thing, so some people like the way The Sims 4 characters look better. I don't. Okay, I don't like the art style of The Sims 4 as much, but that is just a personal thing. And that is not a make or break for me because custom content can completely change the way your characters look. So I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Again, I still bought it. Now, the moment I found out The Sims 4 was an open world, I was like, oh, hell no. What does this mean? Now, in The Sims 3, you can travel anywhere within your designated town at any point, okay? Like, it's open. You can go anywhere. You can zoom in your camera anywhere. The Sims 4, when you leave your house to go to your neighbors, there's a loading screen. When you leave your house, like anytime you leave your house, there is a loading screen to go to another spot, which is so annoying. It's crazy. You're telling me to walk to the place next door, there's a loading screen? Oh, that drove me nuts. That made me actually so angry. And now again, I'm just gonna say, I bought The Sims 4 with no expansion. So listen, I'm saying this on camera, recorded. I am willing to give The Sims 4 a second chance. However, I will only be giving this game a second chance when I am rich and can afford to buy every stuff pack, every expansion pack, everything. Because now they have basically divided expansion packs into like game packs and stuff packs and expansion packs. So now you have all of the, like, they basically added game packs, which I don't even know what the frick game packs are, but it's a way for you to spend more money. Now, again, I'm sure The Sims 4 is very fun if you have every single expansion pack, game pack, stuff pack, but with just the base game, yeah, I don't want to go have a loading screen in between me walking next door. However, again, I still spent $70, so I was like, okay, I'm going to play. You're telling me when I'm playing there's no toddlers? I was pissed off about that, and I'm still mad about it. You're telling me I paid $70 for there to be no toddlers in the game? I understand toddlers are not the most fun. They're just work. But you can't, like, the fact that they would go from a baby in a cradle to then a full-on child, I was like, bro, are you kidding me? No. Okay, absolutely not. So, yeah, I was just very annoyed. I don't know. I did actually play expansion packs. Not expansion packs. I did actually, like, play challenges on The Sims 4. I think I, like, maybe did one of those, like, Disney Princess things or, like, a 100 Baby Challenge. I tried all of that. Okay, and while I did, it wasn't like I was, like, not having fun playing it. It just was, like, I was, like, anytime I'd be playing it, I was, like, well, I could be playing The Sims 3 right now and be having 20 times more fun. And the reason is just because there's more things for your sim to do, I feel like. Like, the interactions are so wild. And how do I know this? I have a coworker who only plays The Sims 4, has never played The Sims 3. And I'll just be telling them about my game, and they're like, why does The Sims 3 sound so unhinged? And I'm like, because it is. Like, this game was made back in the 2000s. Like, there was no limit in what they could do. They could be as problematic as they want it to be, okay? And that's what makes the game so fun. It's not that The Sims 3 is problematic. It's just that they did whatever the hell they wanted, okay? And I just love The Sims 3 for that reason, because there's just so much to do. So yeah, The Sims 4, flop, but if I'm rich, I will buy all this stuff to play it, okay? And if you want to send me money to play The Sims 4, EA, if you want to buy me all this stuff to play it, I will gladly play it. But I know you're not going to, so bitch, I'm not going to play it, okay? All I'm asking EA to do is to remaster The Sims 3 and relaunch it. And I know they could do it because guess what? They've been doing that for video games lately. You know how many video games have come out lately that are from like the 2000s that are just remastered? Like, bro, they just remastered like The Last of Us. Like, you can remaster The Sims 3. I will pay money for you to remaster it. I will rebuy the expansions. I'm dead serious on that. Okay? So just do as I ask. Do as I ask, okay? I will say also, The Sims 3 is so amazing because now it's so old that you can get basically majority of the stuff for free. Meaning, again, you could buy the expansion packs. They used to be, what, I said like $40. You can now like get the expansion packs for like $4 to like $8 on certain websites where they just like send you the game key. So you're not getting like a disc or anything, but like, yeah, that's how I bought like Supernatural and Ambitions. I just bought a game key. Oh, no. Okay, sorry. The last thing I was going to say is like, yeah, with The Sims 3, you can get a lot of the store content for free now. So before on the store, you could buy, it was called The Sims 3 store. They would sell you like furniture, clothes, little things like to do in your game that were like interactive. Like there was like an art studio, there was like a surfing like set. There would be all these like sets you could buy with money that weren't a part of an expansion pack. This is kind of like what Sims 4 game packs are, but it was just like from the Sims 3 store. You can get basically all of that for free now. All of my store content in my game is bootleg, meaning it is real store content, but like I got it for free. Okay, I don't know if that's legal to say, but I'm not the one who's like, I just download stuff. I just am downloading stuff. Okay, I'll do anything to get Sims 3 stuff for cheap. Okay, hashtag I'm just a consumer. Okay, I'm not producing it. That was a lot of talk about The Sims 3. I could talk more if I'm being so serious. I could like talk about my Let's Play. Right now, my Let's Play, I'm like, let's talk about my Let's Play because I wanna chit chat about it really quick. I briefly told you about it, but I did a couple streams about this Let's Play, but I've played it on my own outside of streaming because I like this Let's Play. This is actually one of my most fun Let's Plays I've ever done, and that's because it's so chaotic. So we have, what's her name? I can't remember the one girl's name. Oh no. Oh no. I can't remember my Sim's name. Shit. Okay. So we have Molly, who was, I can't explain everything, but basically she was poor, so I had her go seduce Gunter, which was a rich old man living in a mansion, okay? And I had him cheat on his wife and family and leave his family to marry us, and also we got pregnant with his baby, okay? However, he was ugly. So while I'm living in the mansion with him, we kicked out his family. I had my Sim go seduce the vampire who also lived in a mansion. He was also married. My Sim is a homewrecker, okay? Again, this vampire was way hotter, younger, fitter, richer. So I had my Sim seduce him. It took a lot of work, actually, because he had commitment issues, which is a trait in The Sims, which makes it near impossible to get in a relationship with them. However, we did it. So I think I had to, like, kind of cheat to get him to date us, which I had to, like, adjust his relationship with us to be a little higher in the game. But, yeah, everything else was hashtag authentic, hashtag real, hashtag we had to do that on our own, okay? So yeah, then we divorced Gunter, kicked him out of his own home, moved in Thornton the vampire. Boom, had actually only one baby with him because we adopted our other daughter, who is, what was her name? We have the son, who's the son of Gunter, who still lives with us, is Kobe. The daughter who we adopted is, I believe, Lily, and our other daughter with the actual vampire is Peyton. Now, she is not a vampire, she's a human. So Kobe, he's just a boy. He's just like, I'm just a girl. He's just a boy. He just be drumming and playing the guitar, and I'm gonna have him go into the music career. He's a cutie. Okay, even though he has Gunter's genes, he's a cutie. Okay, his father is now dead. That did happen when I was playing the other day. I actually had my sim go apologize to Gunter and like be like, hey, like, we could be friends, like, if you want to see your son. And then my sim went home and he literally died. Okay, he literally died, okay? Oops. Hashtag sorry. Then we have Lily. Lily, just think of Hannah from Pretty Little Liars. That is who Lily is. She's dramatic, a kleptomaniac. I need her to steal more stuff. I didn't get to, like, have her steal as much as I wanted her to as a teen, because now both Kobe and Lily are young adults, but guess what? There's still plenty of time for her to steal. I'm gonna also have her go in the music career, but she's gonna be more like singer-songwriter, Taylor Swift vibes, but if Taylor Swift was a kleptomaniac, okay? That's her vibe. Then the next daughter, who is Peyton, she's athletic, so I'm gonna have her go into, I think actually we might have her go into the detective career, because you might need to be athletic for that. But I love Peyton. Peyton looks just like her mom, and I don't know who I want to, like, continue playing with. So, for example, I plan to have them all continue living under the same roof for a while because the mansion is so big. I think I plan on having, like, all of them have kids, at least one kid. Ooh, my alarm went off. Yeah, I'm talking too long. But I think Peyton, I would like her to, like, I'm planning on her children being my next, like, generation that I play with, like, really focus on, because she does have, like, the vampire genes in her, if that makes sense. So, like, because, like, no offense, but, like, Lily, you're adopted. So, like, if we continue with your kids, we're kind of just starting, like, from the beginning. Like, Peyton, her children would be second generation. Does that make sense? Even Kobe, I'm like, well, Thornton's not your dad. Like, he's your dad, but, like, not gene-wise. This is how I think. This is how I think in the Sims game. But again, I'm gonna have them continue to live in their house for a while, because this mansion is very big. We don't even have a basement yet. Like, I'm planning... No, like, it's big enough that we could add a whole nother house in the back. So I'm like, y'all can continue living together. And the reason I like doing that is because then, like, once you kick your sim off a property, you go visit them again, and it's like they're completely different and they're a flop. Like, you could give them the best makeover, move them out into the nicest house, and then you have your sim that you're playing with visit them, and they're freaking weird. Like, all of a sudden, they're weird. And I'm like, what happened? You used to be so cool when I played with you. It's because, I know why. It's because I give my Sims too much autonomy. I have the NRAS mod, which is, like, story progression, which basically gives Sims in your town, like, they will continue. I don't know how to explain it. But, like, in The Sims 3, the Sims they're very, like, they have a lot of personality, but, like, with the NRAS story progression mod, these Sims in the town will, like, live a more full life. Like, they'll have probably more kids on average. They'll, like, actually go out and do things and, like, progress their career, if that makes sense. Now, it does make the game run slower, because all that's going on. But it's worth it in my opinion, because I'm like, I don't want the town to be like all old people and dead when I go to play with my second generation. See, that's what's going on with the family that I'm playing with. It's very chaotic, so like, and explaining it is so boring, because it's like you're not seeing, like, I'm explaining, you're seeing, wait, you're hearing and not seeing, what is it? You know, you're like, you know when they say you're supposed to show, not tell? Like, right now I'm telling you and not showing you. But just trust, it's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah, so that is where I'm actually going to end the podcast today, because I've been talking about The Sims for so long now. But yeah, there probably will be another part 2 of me, like, just talking about my family that I'm playing with right now. But yeah, we're just going to end it here, because my brain is going like the thump, the thump, the thump. Like, I'm getting a #headache. So, yes. And I swear to God, if my audio is, like, bad because I've been speaking into a light stick instead of a microphone, I'm actually going to end it.